Mm, yeah, so who you voting for? I'd ask you that question before I'm asking again, not because I care, because I don't. It's your personal choice. I mean, who you choose to vote for based on what you believe is important, go for it. But how we continue to talk to each other, how we continue to belittle people in authority, some probably don't deserve it. I don't know. How we treat each other as humans is pretty sickening. And to be honest, I'm quite exhausted with it. So today I thought I would just record a video and remind you that you are not right. You just have your own ideas, and it's totally okay. Uh, how does it feel to shoot venom out of your mouth about people you don't know? I'm just curious. You know, the phenomenon of how we treat ourselves when we mess up, when we make mistakes, and then how we talk about other people and we demean them without even thinking twice about it. Is again disgusting. And whether you're still watching or not, I really don't care. I needed to make this video because those of you who are watching, where's the humanity inside of us? Why are we all acting like 95 percenters? People who don't have any sense of self, so therefore we look forward to jumping on the bandwagon of somebody else and making them look like trash, all in the name of politics, freedom of speech. I don't think freedom of speech should be taken, but it's certainly abused. And I think it's abused in a way that is ridiculous because most of us don't even know what we're talking about. We just jump on the bandwagon of our political party as if that means anything at all. And then we play the game of deciding between two evils. I just want to know, what are you doing with your life? Did you vote in the last election, the midterms? Did you actually do your homework on the judges and the seats that you voted for? And if you did do your homework, not select according to the party and what you think they said, I mean, actually went and heard the person speak because they're local, so that's possible. Watch their work over the last, I don't know, at least 5 years maybe, and participated in events with them to see how they are, or gotten to know them, then you probably were just, as my YouTube mentor likes to say, being a parrot. Parroting somebody else's ideas, somebody else's thoughts, and just rambling, which again is empty, unnecessary, and void as far as I'm concerned. I know everyone has their thoughts and ideas, and it's okay, but the problem is that the entire world is on fire. Okay, I'm lying, not the entire world, but there are parts of the world on fire, and we're arguing about political things that don't even matter. You know what matters? This is not me being political, this is just me being serious. What matters is who's going to stop poisoning our food. I want to know which candidate is going to stop Big Pharma from taking over our food so that my children, your children, who may vote however they want, actually has a chance to think clearly and not destroy themselves because the diet and the standard American diet, the food that they give us, is trash that causes us to have disease, that causes us to have Alzheimer's, and it causes us to have ADHD, it causes us to have cancer, it causes us to have flu, that stuff. The stuff that actually derails us, that prevents us from having an opportunity to earn money. Yeah, I mean, going to work is one thing, being able to go to work because you're not ill, but then having the energy afterwards to invest in your side hustle should you want to do that. America was built on the small business. And if you don't have time to develop one, then you will always be a pawn in this big game. So I'm just curious about where we are and what we're going to do about it. I'd like to know your thoughts. And please, save me the rhetoric of, you know, the religious conversation, the woman conversation, because both sides care about religion, both sides care about women. It's not like that at all. There are just layers to it, and most of us are just following. Don't get me wrong, some of those things matter, but I'm also curious, does Flint have water yet? Because it's that kind of stuff, man, the real stuff that we are not in discussion about as citizens at a large scale that would make a difference. These are just questions I ask myself. I want to know, why are we so cruel to each other? Other than, oh, our political leaders are cruel to each other. So I guess if they're cruel to each other, you can be cruel to me too, huh? Try it. I'm just saying, I mean, try it. Because this is what it's like. We get behind the computer, we get online, and we talk venom, 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 venom. First of all, as if we actually know. Do you realize that most of you, I'm saying you on purpose, okay, fine, 95% of us are not even aware of who we are, why we do what we do. No, you're not Latino, so that's why you do that. No, you're not black, so that's why you do that. Those are all classes and narratives given to us that we follow as if it's who we really are. The reality is you're not. You are something far more extravagant, far more magnificent than to be kept in a box of a narrative given to you by oppressors to stifle, tear down, and desensitize you to the greatness that resides inside of you. I'm just saying. But you'll never have access to that if you spend your time in 95% conversations. We all know that whoever the president is going to be, they don't have full control. There's multiple parties of government, and even in that context, they're still puppeted by the powers that be to a large degree. Um, yeah, but the way we treat each other is what I'm really concerned about. You don't know me like that. You don't know them like that. Somebody's mom, somebody's dad, and yes, don't get me wrong, there's some dumb stuff they've done. I've got it. Or less than brilliant. But I mean, you do that too. So here's what I'm proposing. Shut up. Just shut your mouth. If the best you can do is talk trash, just shut up. Instead, find some humor, have some real discussions with people that you get to live with no matter who ends up in that office, and begin to have deeper conversations so that we, the people, have an opportunity to begin to cultivate community in a way that matters so that we can all win. Because the game to think that your money, that's all about isolation. Those people, that's all about deflecting. Both prohibit the discovery of who you are. That's the downside of capitalism. We think somebody has to lose in order for us to win. It's all the lie. Share my thoughts. Just think on it. Peace.